Like, why are you wearing shades? Did you get popped in the face?
Who said I'm in the house though?
The echo. Or what are the acoustics every time you speak? You inside.
Bro, listen, man. I mean, I'm high right now, bro. Is that cool?
All right, you fake Easy E looking ass.
straight out of Compton, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Dub C with it, man. You see the dubs, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Come on. Big crip, nigga.
All right, Bison. Sit. Every time I'm about to get busy, he want to act up. It's like he knows.
Big crip energy, man.
Oh my God, we're on, people.
Are we?
Yes.
Oops. That'd be good for bloopers, huh?
Listen, hey, just cut that right before you know. I mean, it got.
So, well, I'll pop y'all off really quick. Pause. So, hold on. Pause. Hold on. Anyway, what's going on, everybody? Lloyd Jones here. What's going on, everybody? Lloyd Jones here. Back with another Influences of Konkret, another panel for KWAY weekend. We are joined by the greats, the founders, the original members of Konkret Comics. We've got Lonzo, Jermael, Onajie. Gentlemen, how are we doing this evening?
Horrible.
Great.
Okay.
Oh,
I'm doing good, man. Every time I see Onajie, he got a new look going on with his hair. You know, it must be great to have blackness in you, bro.
Never a dull moment. So wait. Just to dive in right there. Has it been like this since the beginning for you guys? Like this is just
no. It all started one day, man, when I just woke up and there was this hate just coming towards me for no reason, man. I didn't know why. I didn't know what caused it. It's been constant turmoil and bullying, and hopefully this will be an intervention panel. You know what I mean?
Okay. So let's talk about it. The beginning. Tell us how you guys met and how this journey started for the uninitiated here.
Well, if we're going to be truthful, the origin story starts with Jermael Lessey of Konkret Comics. Like, those are just facts, bro. You can't deny it. So, I happened to join Powerverse, and
definitely familiar.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I happened to join Powerverse, and I happened to meet Onajie, who was a part of Powerverse, and we happened to be in the same dime. So out of the blue, we just connected, started talking. Onajie hit me up on some. I guess we both was lost and trying to figure it out. So our mindset was like, fuck it, we're gonna pave a way for ourselves because Vince was just way too busy helping everybody else out. So in my search of finding great art, I saw this dope picture of this Smurf looking character. A Smurf. It's an all blue character, this cape. And I was like, oh, yo. So I reached out to that person who happened to be Lonzo. And I was like, yo, you drew this? He's like, nah, but this is my character. So I was like, all right, cool. So Lonzo and I started talking and chopping up. I told my aspirations of wanting to do my own comic book business. He said he's trying to do his own. So because our aspirations lined up, he begged me to be a part of his group. He's like, yo, bro, just join. I was like, dog, I'm trying to do my own thing. He's like, and he begged and pleaded. I was like, you know what, bro, you sound desperate. Cool. I'm here. So then as we was trying to grow and start, I was like, yo, it'd be dope. I bring this person on board that I know, named Onajie. Lonzo being scary is like, nah, I don't know. I'm not too friendly. I'm from Philly. We Philly people don't get along with everybody. Hit me with that shit. And I was like, no, Najie's cool. But and to his agreement, I mean, I did bring some other people on board at first, and they were very unfortunate people. So it made Lonzo extra skeptical. But when I finally convinced him to have a talk with Onajie, then Onajie punk ass started being skeptical as well. So then I'm playing the middle guy, trying to get these two to just link and talk, and then boom, we finally hit it off, and now we're here. And then when that shit got established, them two started treating me like shit, like I was the problem.
So what I'm gathering here, really quick, if I'm gonna have a little sidebar here, what I'm gathering is you're really the brainchild of Konkret Comics. Lonzo came into the game with the logo, and the charisma. Is that what I'm gathering here?
I don't know too much about his charisma part.
I don't know about the charisma part.
Yeah,
no? Okay. Apologies. Is this all true then?
I mean, yes.
Former CEO of Konkret Comics last year, Onajie. For anybody that's now tuning in, last year Onajie assumed the reins of CEO. But Lonzo, just a moment from you as former CEO, is this kind of lining up with the origin story for Konkret Comics?
Can we talk about the aggressive takeover last year? I was back against the wall. Onajie pistol to the head. I had no choices. I had to sign it over to this tyrant, but fans, I'm working on getting it back. Just trust that, man. It's going to be in good hands. I got my close eye on him, but Jermael's story is full of holes in it. He was stranded, lost child. Barely eating. Ribs was showing. Everything was crazy. So I had a house. I said, let me take this boy in, man. Get him right. You know what I'm saying? Get him right, get him healthy, get him good again. His bones got stronger. And then, he built up the courage to speak to Onajie and try to save him as well. He was on the side of the road too. And you know what I'm saying? We all gathered up and we started rocking. But nah. On a serious note, it's very true. They were in the PV. I was on the outside looking in, studying, analyzing what this entity was. It was a house full of how many creators would y'all estimate were in there when y'all was in there, man?
I don't know. It was probably it was 10 dimes, and I would probably say average the most
about 100 creators, bro.
Yeah, the PV was full. Our dime had at least 15 people in it, at least.
So it was
at the time.
It was about 10 dimes. I don't know why y'all were 19. That didn't make sense to me. But it was just it looked like a very fascinating place from the outside looking in, just seeing what was going on. And like I said, Jermael was out here rocking, going crazy with his product. And I remember everybody that was in his dime as well. And then eventually I spoke to Onajie, and Onajie was telling me what he was trying to do, what he had. I saw the product. I saw Odina. I saw the vintage cover Odina too. We ain't talking about the one that y'all see now. It was a vintage cover with the gold background. That's actually a variant cover that may be available this weekend. So make sure y'all tap in for that. But and that was basically it, man. It's so much has happened since that initial meetup. I feel like once we met Onajie, and after that, we didn't let nobody in for a minute. It was just us three. And then we just shot for what we needed to do and what we wanted to put out. And along the way, people were picked up. And then and then that was it. But that was the initial train ride for Konkret.
So can y'all tell us the road really quick between, obviously the kind of exit from the PV to that infamous picture you guys at that book signing? Can y'all kind of dive into kind of what led y'all to that point? Production of your stories, kind of the marketing, any conventions that you went to, how you guys came about and became kind of the force of nature that y'all were when y'all first really got out there on the scene.
You know what? For me, I'm not going to speak for everybody else. If they agree, they can let you know. There was a lot of gatekeeping and hate towards us. And honestly, it was just nothing but love that we trying to show. Yeah. I mean, everybody got angry when part of our promoting scheme was Acolyte and Aboslver taking down Thanos. People just hated that. People that love comics love the concept. Everybody that was part of the indie community just straight hate, bro. I was like, wow. So honestly, they forced us to just stick together like brothers in arms. It was us against everybody. But for what really solidified it from us, it was our first con.
Yeah.
our first con, we only had posters, T-shirts, and a sign up for our Kickstarter, our first ever Kickstarter.
Okay.
And I kid you not, we had a table to our left full of comic books. We had a table to our table to our left, a smoke screen, all kinds of gadgets and lights, whatever. And then a table to our right, full of comic books. But our table was bumping, and you can just tell them they're looking at us, and you can just tell it's just all love. So from there, we're like, yeah, we got something special. And all we was doing was selling posters. Our posters outselling comic books and smoke screens and light shows. It was dope. So, it was us against the world, plus that con that solidified everything, and then the love we received from our first book signing.
Yeah.
But for me, I'm always gonna hold on to the, oh, you hated us? Okay. Okay.
Oh yeah.
So because a lot of them, they will smile in our face now and want to be friendly, and that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Konkret as a CEO that we have, because it was up to me. Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
It really speaks to y'all's uniformity, honestly, just having gone through all of that. And of course, not only dealing with all the folks that you had to deal with, but being able to go to a convention without books and being completely new on the scene and outselling people that actually had physical books and product and stuff. That's epic. And I think I remember like that first Kickstarter, like y'all hit 10K if I'm not mistaken. Is that correct? Or something
It was
around
around there. It was right around there. And that was right at the end of, that was the summer of 2019, and that was we did our first Comic-Con, our first convention. That was summer of 2019. So summer of 2019 was like our proving ground where we was really gearing up for 2020. It was, everything was real, man. It was going crazy, and we finally got to meet up with Onajie for the first time at the book signing, which is crazy because a lot of people were telling me a book signing for us wasn't a good idea because no one knew who we were and all this other stuff like that. Like a lot of people were trying to deter us away from doing our first book signing. And I was just like, man, I remember I told Jermael, I said, man, F that, bro. We doing what we want to do. Like, we're going to do this book signing. It was at a historic comic shop that I've been trying to get into that comic shop for years. And that's a testament to determination, because when I shot that Clark Kent video, I wanted to shoot it in that Comic-Con in that comic book shop like 4 years prior, but I couldn't do it. I couldn't make it. I remember saying to myself, yeah, one day I'm gonna do something in this building. I'm gonna have a comic book in this building, and we had a whole book signing in there. So that was one of the most, probably one of the most humbling moments for me, is that, because I thought that was impossible.
See, that's awesome. I do want to ask Onajie a question really quick. And this kind of also goes for Jermael because y'all, guess again, shared experience already having a story within kind of the PV or getting prepared to have one. What was that kind of pivot point for you guys? Were your stories different while you were gearing towards the PV at that time? And how did that kind of change moving forward to Konkret Comics? It's like Lonzo said, there was a different cover. If I'm not mistaken, it might have been a different feel or story within Odina. And I can't speak to Aboslver at the moment, but is that what was the kind of pivot point for you guys, leaving one publisher essentially and moving to another? And how did you grow from there?
There was no pivot point for me. Speaking of which, that cover can be a variant cover. I need to find that file. But no, there was no pivot point. I mean, for the Odina story, it was still going to be what it was.
Okay, so it was the same story.
Yeah.
Okay.
It wasn't too much of an investment of what was going on at that time for me to even change anything. So
okay.
Yeah.
Jermael, how about you? Was Aboslver any different when it was a part of, what was it? That wasn't K Dime at the time. You guys said Dime 19 or something.
Dime 19, something like that. Yeah, Aboslver was extremely
through Dime 19.
Lord have mercy.
Yeah, Aboslver was different. He was really going to be more animalistic, in the sense of, he was going to carry out vengeance for good and evil. It didn't matter who, because that's the timing. That's the type of timing I was on at the time. I just wanted to create a character that was just real to, like, a good person can be vindictive and an evil person can be vindictive. But one of our strong suits in Konkret is the think tanks. Lonzo asked me a shit ton of questions that I wouldn't even think about for myself as a writer. So that's when in the last panel I was like, yeah, having a team is very essential to what you're trying to do. Because when you're doing things by yourself, you don't think about these certain things.
Yeah.
And it takes a lot for me to talk about the good qualities of Lonzo. So
Yeah.
it's respect. So, but it was basically, hey, listen, bro, it's gonna be your first book. Let's get it out here. Let's make sure you can touch as much people's hands as possible. And then once they've realized who Jermael Lessey is, then you can go out and ball out. So I was like, all right, bro. So, because it took a lot. He really had to convince me and make me understand that, let's just think about the business aspect. I'm only thinking about the creative and the artistic side of things. But from the business standpoint, it made sense. So, Aboslver is going to be crazy. He was going to be vile. But that was just basically it. That was the big difference, yeah.
Now, speaking of characters that have changed from inception to now, I do recall an image or conversation in regards to Acolyte where he was a street level character way back when. Do you want to talk a little bit about the pivot point for Acolyte a little bit?
Was he still a rapper at that time too? Because
due to legal ramifications of Mr. Lessey suing me for the rights to that design, I can't speak too much about it. But he indeed, Daredevil was one of my favorite characters, and his name was still Acolyte, and he was going to be, it was still going to be Sapphire City. Everything was the same, just he wasn't cosmic. His power more so came from he was actually more supernatural. His power came from like some descendants of some ancient spiritual aspects. It was almost the same way you think of Acolyte with the Abner story. Think about that more of an Earth plane, where it's like somebody from back in the day, Earth, that passed the gene and blah blah blah, popped up Acolyte. So everything was the same, just the nature of the character.
So it was more mystical instead of cosmic type situation.
And one day I was with my boy, we was just around the way and we was just talking, and he was like, "Yo, I know Acolyte's fire right now." He said, "But I know what you really want to do. Like, you really want to make him go all out. Like, you love talking about the stars and all this other flat earth nonsense I was on back then." And he knew I was limiting myself because I was thinking about making a film, and I was like, I ain't got the budget to make the cosmic nonsense that I wanted to make. So we make him something that I think I can actually make and within my budget. So that's why he was like street level. But once my boy said that, it was like, oh yeah, nah, say less. And I'm gonna make him what I truly wanted him to be. And that was a cosmic hero.
Okay.
Jesus.
Really? Wow, wowzers, guys.
I want to know, from obviously we talked about kind of from inception to that initial book signing. What I want to know is, following that Kickstarter, you guys really became like a force of nature, right? What kind of was the mindset after seeing that initial success and kind of that moving forward, that year 2? What kind of was y'all's mindset in? How did you guys continue to move as you were previously, now that you guys have seen some major success?
If I could speak on that real quick, I feel like we didn't even look at it. We just kept moving because we were nowhere near where we wanted to be.
Yeah.
So
outside looking in, it was like snap, this is what I want to be.
Outside looking in, people were showing love, but to me personally, and maybe they feel the same, I was like, this is just the first step. Like we got so far to go. I'm happy this first step was a success. We didn't fall over and tumble. Yeah. And we were as soon as we were done that first Kickstarter, we were already planning the next one for issue 2. We were already coming with the idea and moving, and that's why we move so fast every year, because we're always a year ahead of ourselves whenever we're trying to drop something. So I barely remember the love from the first one. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Okay.
I didn't really start seeing it. That second one was more. That second one proved a little bit more, because first one everybody's excited. There's a new book, blah blah blah, boom 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 boom. Let's check it out. So when the second Kickstarter did better than the first one, that was the true sign for me.
Okay. Did Onajie, Jermael, did y'all want to speak on that a little more as well, or?
I mean, for me, it was prior to the Kickstarter dropping. I mean, like I said, till that point, we didn't show anything but our marketing, pinups, pictures. And once we announced our Kickstarter, people were shifting their Kickstarter dates and stuff. And I was like, wow. And to me, that was just a testament. You know what I'm saying? So when you add that to the hate prior to that, and now they're like, okay, these guys are dropping in the same time period as me. I got to go early or later. I was like, okay, that's love. So honestly, Lonzo and I were up at launch, just like little kids, just like, yo, the conversation was mainly like, I hope that people love it, because again, we really love doing this shit. So it was more about the fan base, people liking and loving what we give them, and this and the third. So that's what it was for me,
Okay.
Yeah.
Onajie, you want to piggyback on that, or you like, nah, they covered it?
I forgot the question.
Oh, no.
Bougie. Diva.
But no. So, no, we were kind of just, well, I'll ask you the next question then.
Okay, that'll work.
So, what do you think kind of contributed to, like what Jermael was saying just now? Was it just how you guys are moving, that kind of camaraderie and stuff like that, or was it something more behind it that everybody was seeing?
As far as in what?
Just how fast you guys blew up in the indie game sense, right? How fast you guys blew up, and just kind of that notoriety, because by 2020 we had jumped on the scene. You guys were one of the really the first group that we saw, and we were just like, this is where we need to be. So when I brought up earlier, like, oh man, that's the goal right there. Yeah. That's what we saw. That was us, like, oh snap.
Honestly, from my perspective, that's one of the things I try not to question. Like, I don't try to question shit. Like, I try to let it ride. Like, if it's gonna happen, like, let's do it. Like, okay. Like, I get, these new shiny black characters. They're different. It's like a collective. We haven't seen like this many. Like, if you think about it, most people, when they come out with their books, it's like one character or one or two, but a group of creators come together to make a whole universe. That's kind of like something. So I think that kind of plays a part into it. And
it was massive though. That was, for us being completely new, we were like, yo, I've never seen anything like that. And we're really still hard pressed to find a group of creators to come together and make one universe of characters.
And then when you see like the poster, like even the first poster, like you see these characters like standing there collectively. And then, even if, a few have fallen off, it's still like, a group effort when it comes to each other.
Falling off.
I'm being nice.
Falling off.
Try to keep a straight face here. Y'all are killing me. Oh my God.
It's
it's just funny seeing them keep it so political, man. You know what I mean? Like seeing them try to walk the straight path, man. So glorious, man. Because all of us think we like, is he going?
I was hoping he opened that door, but I
wasn't even gonna give Jermael an inch. So
I was hoping. I was like, come on, do it, say it.
Yeah.
That's funny.
No justice for Jermael. Jesus Christ.
First of all, let's point out how messy Lloyd is on that question, man. You know what I'm saying? Like he's trifling ball.
Absolutely.
You just heard it. You just heard the Easter egg.
I know. I was like, ooh.
Cut all this time. Cut all this. No. So yeah, like so again, being outside looking in, man, y'all were really making an impact on the scene. So talk to us about how you guys moved at conventions. Obviously, we met a majority of you guys at Atlanta Comic Con. So I want to know how you guys move when going to conventions, because y'all got a lot of titles, right? So how do you guys navigate talking to somebody about everything you have going on? Of course, also y'all have a bunch of projects. I'm asking like 50 questions at one time. I apologize. But y'all each have titles. So how do you guys kind of navigate that scheduling as well? So conventions, how do you guys talk to people about 50 billion titles? And then also when releasing titles, how does that work trying to organize who's coming out with what when?
For me, my pitch is always gauging what the customer likes to read, their interests, favorite superheroes. So if they say once they say Green Lantern or Silver Surfer, I point them right to Acolyte. Once they say X-Men or Superman or something like that, I point them right to Odina. And then if they're into the spiritual stuff, then obviously Aboslver. So that's my approach at cons.
Because everybody moves to their own character instead of getting overwhelmed by one person telling.
Yeah, no, it's very rare we'll be at a Comic Con and we'll be acting like individuals. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Somebody come to me, ask me about Luna. I'm gonna be selling the hell out of that thing. You know what I mean? They wanna know about Odina or Kandaki, whoever. It don't matter. If we all at the table together, we all win. We're all one unit at that moment.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's no individual like aspect to what we doing. We just want, if you come to our table, you leaving with something. You know what I mean? You leave with something. Don't just come here and talk. So that's really where we at with it, man. I mean, me and Onajie did Baltimore like that. It was just two tables. I think we both had 4 issues at that time. So he had 4, I had 4. We had our source books in the middle, and we just rocked out. It doesn't matter what they bought. If they wanted to buy all 4 of his, all 4 of mine, you leaving with something. Same with Jermael and Jerry. We just did one the other day. Same format. You're buying into Konkret. You know what I mean? Some fans come and they be like, "Yo, is that Jermael the writer of Aboslver?" Yeah, they want to talk directly to him. That's fire. Some people come for Onajie. They come for individuals, and that's dope. But we don't. That doesn't feed into like nobody's ego or nothing like that. We're all just happy to be here.
That's one thing that I guess to answer this questions and questions prior, that ego shit got to get checked at the door.
Yeah.
Listen, I love these guys, and I would be lying if I said I don't disagree with some shit. But our disagreement, my disagreement come because I want to win, but I want to win as this collective. I don't want to win individually. So if I feel like Lonzo's going to do some shit that's hurting the brand, I'm gonna let him know. Same thing with Onajie. So that shit got to get checked at the door. So because prior to the launch, inside the camp we had issues.
Yeah. Just
like we had outside. So once we got rid of that, everything just started moving smoothly. I'm not even trying to talk shit. That's just the truth.
But that's the history of Konkret.
Yeah,
that's just that happened. It was necessary to grow. Yeah.
That's just the truth of a testament of where we're at. And then the fact that everybody gets to be individuals. Like, we have Luna.
Oh man, she's
you know what I'm saying? But it's nobody has to worry about writing fantasy. Carl is taking care of that for us, and that's what I love about what we're doing and how we're doing. And that's why I think our tables are usually so successful, because we have choices and we have options. And then, nobody sits there and be like, "God damn, bro, Jerry just got another sale. God, what the fuck is going on, bro?"
Yeah.
Wow, nobody's doing that. It's all fun, it's all love, and Lonzo and Jerry still owe me money because I was selling most of their books. But what I'm saying? But
That's yet another fraudulent statement.
We'll see what happens when that check is cut. You know, so I'm waiting. But nah, man, it's just all love, man. At the end of the day, that's just what it is. If you're not family, bro, you're not family. Like, you know, so for anybody that's looking to be a part of Konkret and come in Konkret, if you come in with individualism, bro, like
it doesn't work.
It's not going to work. And I have no problem telling you. Lonzo would say, Jermael, be careful how you tell them. But bro, I got no problem telling you because we've been down that road before, and that ain't gonna work for me. I let it slide one time, and that's just been eating me up since. But not again, never again. So because, like I said, it's a family.
Yeah,
it's a family, bro. I can trust these guys with my content. You know, like I said, and that's what it boils down to.
Okay. So we're talking about content. You brought up some good points. Everybody's got stuff coming out. I do want to know individually, what all do you guys have coming up next? What stories, any projects and stuff like that?
Would you like to go first, Mr. Rouse?
Why don't you guys go first?
No.
Mr. Rouse, you go.
No, you guys go first because you know my list is going to be quite extensive.
Oh,
okay.
Lord.
So go ahead.
Well, you know what, Lloyd? What ones do you know about secretly that you just want to pry into?
Oh, well, no, I apologize. I can't say. I signed an NDA. Unfortunately, I won't be able to share any specifics about things that haven't been publicly spoken about by the Konkret team.
Overruled.
Jermael?
All right, cool. Jermael? You sure? Because once I say we have no choice but to do this.
Jermael.
All right, cool. So we're dropping, Onajie and I dropping this project called Bloom. It's been done and finished for how many years now? Bloom has been sitting in the cut for years, and we just needed to. Every time we're about to drop, something comes up. We about to drop Bloom, then Carla's punk ass would have come with Luna and shit. So I was like, okay, cool, she can have it. So we had to push it back, and then we're going to drop it during Ladies Month, but then Carla again and all that other shit. So you know, it's cool. So we got Bloom dropping.
So before you even go to the next one, but based on what you said just a moment ago, are we focusing on some lady characters? What characters are we going to see in this story?
Oh shit. Bloom. The first chapter you're going to see Odina and Blue Fox.
Okay.
And then known characters is going to be Kendaki and Leah, aka Sironic Slayer. And oh my god, Onajie, what's her name?
Sister Asima.
Huh?
Sister Asima.
So Sister Asima, and I'm going to be introducing a brand new female character called Kill Switch.
Okay.
And she's pretty much going to be she's pretty much our Deathstroke of the universe. But
so she's gonna be giving Sif Row a little run for his money.
Sif Row can't even hang, bro. Trust me when I tell you. Trust me when I tell you, bro.
Okay.
Trust me when I tell you. She was my direct answer to Sith Row and Watchmen because y'all was killing me. So I was like, all right, I got you. But nah, Bloom has been in the tuck for like 3 years now. 3 years. So it's ready to go.
Is this a one shot, or can we expect this to be a continued series?
It's a combination of both.
Okay.
Sense. Yeah, it's a combination of both.
One shot, see how the people feel, and then move forward type situation.
Well, it's gonna be about 5 issues. Okay. But the whole story is gonna come together as one shot. So you should you ever read? Yeah. Almost like Wanted. You know how Wanted was like 5 to 6 issues, and then it dropped the whole book. So Bloom, Adze, Absolver. I'm gonna leave everything else up to Lonzo to say.
Okay, and we was gonna.
Why you gotta leave it up to me, man?
What's a new project then, Lonzo? What is something that the people haven't heard of yet that you could speak on today?
Well, Acolyte 6 has released this weekend, so I'm
Fire.
excited for the people to get that and dive into that. Obviously I'm in the works for 7 through 10 is in progress right now.
Okay.
Zuriel 2 and 3 to complete this mini arc before we get into her actual full length arc. And you might get a surprise King Kalan spinoff book.
Okay.
You know, after y'all read number 6, y'all will see why. Fan favorite. Everybody's been asking me about this on the Discord, but they want to know what's going on with Sith Row. So Sith Row got something coming out, man. And we might have made the announcements earlier today, but you know, the one of the premier teams of Konkret Comics is going to be approaching, and should be dope. Should be real dope. And there's another team too. So two major teams are going to be coming from the brainchild of Mr. Starr.
Okay.
I like you lying, but you know what? We're gonna let them. We're gonna let them look. We're gonna let them have it.
Please do. Please let me have it, brother. All right.
I know you're on the struggle bus, but
wow.
Move aside, sir. So,
Onajie, what we got?
So I'm always getting hit up talking about I have too many books in the works. So apparently, niggas be mad when I say like,
Niggas
oh
be
yeah, I'm
mad.
getting this done and getting this done. So I'll probably keep it light today.
Oh my God! Just get on.
Braggadocious. But other than the issue 6 Odina, Kandaki issue 2 is going into production. I got a special Odina book going on. I'm excited about the Bloom book, which I'm super excited about that. Which once we finally get to talk, when my gag order gets removed, I can talk about it. I'd revitalized Source book that I got done, as well as also another special Odina book in the works. And there's a book I can't talk about because I'm working with someone else on it. So yeah.
Okay. So a lot of stuff. So no shortage of content for Odina fans.
No.
Okay, bet. Okay. So obviously we're about to close up here. Any words of wisdom individually or collectively that you want to give to publishing companies or just creators as a whole that's coming up behind you?
Lessey.
What?
No, I was saying Sir Lessey. He tends to be the long-winded one of us.
Oh,
Wow. First of all, make sure you don't stay away from people like Lonzo. There's things like Troll Mondays and Friendettes. There's so much.
When will the sins of the son be washed away?
See, the Lonzo type of person that's probably got punched in the eye. That's why he's wearing the glasses right now.
Possibly.
Possibly.
Possibly I did. You know what I'm saying?
Now I will always say, just
wow.
Nobody is successful without a great team behind them. That is a fact. Like nobody that is successful can really say they did it all by themselves. Like even what I'm saying, even if you have a bunch of fans that believe in you, those fans helped you get where you got. So the ego and all of that is one thing. Check that at the door. And 2, just be comfortable with what you putting out. In this is the creative space. So art is very subjective. If you try to force yourself to be like somebody else, then you're going to be you're going to be in it for a very long time. It's going to be stressful. But if you understand that, I'm creating something that I love and I'm hoping people love it too, then you're going to enjoy it. And that's all I got to say. I think I said a lot in my own personal panel. But
yeah, you did. No, you did have some good answers.
That's what I would say. Just love what you do. Always love what you do. And if you don't love it, then you're just gonna waste your time and wasting your money because this ain't that. You know, artists every year the artists get more expensive. Everything keep going up. In about 2 years, it's gonna be average price to finish a good book is like $6,000. You know, if just the way these art prices are going, so you got to be in it to win. You know, it's and that's that. And stay away from bullies. Don't be afraid of bullies.
Okay.
It's a shit ton of bullies in the industry, and the minute they inside your camp, kick them out. The minute
Yeah.
they get in your camp, kick them out.
I can dig it.
You
If
know,
not,
Mr. Starr.
he still has a little PTSD. You know what I'm saying? But we're gonna. I would say, realistically, protect yourself. For one, protect your creations, protect your thoughts in your creative process, and you know, for all the new people, man, stop trying to cut corners, man. You're not gonna just jump out there with something and it's just gonna, blow up with no one helping you. Get yourself an editor. Tell the story you want to tell, but get yourself an editor that's going to get you right, help you tell the story good, and present yourself well. You know what I mean? Be realistic with yourself. Hold your book up next to someone else's book and say, yo, would I buy this book over that one? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What are you really looking at there, man? But yeah, just don't cut no corners, man. Whatever your path is, take the path and do it to the best of your ability. Don't cut no corners, y'all. Keep it concrete all the way.
Can I just say something to that thing about the editor? Like, the right editor is very important. The right editor. There's people that edit and they edit to what they feel is best, and then you have editors that will edit to make sure you have the best product that you will love. Go for the second. Go for the editor that's going to make sure you're happy with the book, not just how they feel that should sound. We had an editor that made my Aboslver sound like he was written for the 1990s. Like, what the fuck is this, bro?
Oh wow,
It's 2019, bro, and I wasn't having that. So I doubled down with what Lonzo said, but make sure you get the right editor, bro. It's very very important. So I'm sorry, Onajie. Go ahead.
My advice is nothing. I ain't got nothing for you niggas.
Oh no!
Look, nothing. I'm done giving advice online. You want advice? Catch me at a con or something. I'm done giving advice. I'll talk to you outside of that. Nah.
There is coaching and consulting classes are available online. Check our calendar and book yourselves a session. This 5 years is done, man. We over with it now. I mean, but no, for real, KWAY weekend is fire. It's amazing to be here 5 years later and have grown tremendously. Every year, I think we've grown like 20% as a company, and just as a catalog, man. We got 30 plus books, probably 40 books by now. I don't even know. But we're just constantly growing. We're constantly making new fans, making new connections, making new business partnerships. And I'm just super proud of the team, super proud of the family. Shout out to Ty, major shout out to Ty. Ty has been killing it, man. Making this KWAY thing happen the way it is. So just shout out to everybody, man, that helps build this ship, build this yacht that we cruising on. And that's just keep it concrete. Make sure y'all support to the Patreon if y'all want to see us keep making books. Support that Patreon. Let's rock.
All right. And of course, everybody that's watching, hope you guys will continue to enjoy the KWAY weekend. The Influences of Konkret. The big three was here. Remember, as always, like they said just a second ago, keep it concrete.